Hello friends, welcome to our channel. This video is the part 2 of our discussion on the topic curvature and radius of curvature. So let's begin. In the previous video, we had looked what the terms curvature and radius of curvature mean and also derived an expression for curvature. In this video, we are going to look at some examples on the same. Here is our first example. Consider the curve y equals to x square. We need to find the curvature at point P and Q whose coordinates are given to us. We notice that the equation of the curve given over here is that of a parabola which is symmetrical about the y-axis and it passes through the origin. To find the curvature, we use our formula for finding the curvature. From the formula, we see that we need two things to find the curvature. One is the derivative of y with respect to x, and the other thing is the second derivative of y with respect to x. So here we have found out those two things, and now we need to plug these into our formula. So we get k is equal to 2 over 1 plus 4x square whole raised to the power 3 by 2. Now to find the curvature at point P whose coordinates are 1, 1, we just need to substitute the value of x in the expression for k, and we get k is equal to 0.179. That means it has been rounded off to 3 decimal places. For the other point Q whose coordinates are 5, 25, we substitute its x value into the expression for k, and we get k is equal to 0.002. Here you can see I have a picture of the curve y equals to x square. In this curve I have 2 points, one shown in red and the another one in green. The red point corresponds to the point P whose coordinates are 1, 1, and the green dot corresponds to the point Q whose coordinates are 5, 25. In the next plot, I have shown how the curvature varies as one moves along the parabola y equals to x square. You can see clearly that the curvature is maximum at the origin and it decreases as we move away from the origin. This also implies that the radius of curvature is minimum at the origin and it increases as we move away from the origin along the parabola y equals to x square. This means that as one moves away from the origin, the curve looks almost similar to a straight line. Let's consider another example. This time we have the curve whose equation is x square plus y square is equal to 4. Comparing it with the equation x square plus y square equal to a square, one can infer that this is a circle whose radius is 2. Now if we want to find the curvature at any point on this circle, then we would get k equals to 0.5. That is, the curvature at any point on this circle would be 0.5. Now you may wonder how I got this result without doing all the calculations. Well, I have used a property of the circle. This says that the radius of curvature at any point on the circle is equal to the radius itself. Since radius of curvature is the reciprocal of curvature, therefore we have k is equal to 1 over a, which is equal to 0.5. Now you don't have to take my word for it. So let's prove that property. Again, we make use of the formula for curvature and apply it on the standard equation for a circle centered about origin, that is on the equation x square plus y square equals to a square. From the knowledge of basic calculus, we can find the value of dy by dx for this equation, and this comes out to be minus x over square root of a square minus x square, and the value for d square y over dx square comes out to be minus of a square over a square minus x square whole raised to the power 3 by 2. Now we plug the values of these two quantities in the formula for curvature, and after simplification we get k is equal to 1 over a, which means that curvature of any point on this circle is nothing but the reciprocal of radius, that is radius of the circle, and hence we have proved that property. Here in the first plot I have shown the upper half of the circle whose equation is x square plus y square equals to 4. In the plot below it I have shown the values of curvature for any point on this upper half of the circle. You can see that it is a constant whose value is 0.5. That is, for any point on this upper half of the circle, its value is same. This is not true for just the upper half of the circle, but it is true for the entire circle itself. Now we see an alternate formula for curvature. You can see that the structure of this formula resembles the earlier formula, except that there are some changes in the numerator and the denominator. You can see that the numerator has been replaced by d square x over dy square, whereas earlier it was d square y over dx square. Similarly, in the denominator you can see that the term dy by dx whole square has been replaced by dx over dy whole square. Here is an exercise for you viewers to prove this formula. To prove this, you need to start from equation 1 that we had encountered while deriving the previous formula for curvature. In that, instead of using tan psi, you need to use cot psi. That is, cot psi is equal to dx over dy, and proceed in a similar manner. You can use any of the two formulas to find the value of curvature at any point on the curve, and you will get the same result. But I want to add one more thing regarding when to use this alternate formula for curvature, and that is when you have a point on a curve where the tangent is almost parallel to the y-axis, then you need to use this second formula, because the slope at that point would be infinity, that is dy by dx is equal to infinity, and had we used the earlier formula, then we would get k is equal to infinity over infinity, which is obviously undefined. But if you use this second formula, then we would get dx over dy equal to 0, and therefore our k will be 0. In the end, let me emphasize this point one more time, that radius of curvature and curvature are two different terms, and they are interrelated, and the relationship is that radius of curvature is the inverse of curvature. Thank you.